It's a very good evening to you, Lagos. Welcome to the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Apologies, my voice is terrible. It's so hoarse. It's bad. And that's because it's a challenging time for me. So give me a little while. I'm pretty sure that before I come back from my break, I'll get back my tool of work again. So please bear with me. If I sound a bit croaky or hoxed for too much for your liking, please forgive me. Well, my name is Precious E. Welcome to the Evening Rush. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. From our studio is 22 minutes pursuing the 7 p.m. mark. I am excited. It's more like thank God it's Friday. I'm excited it's Friday because I'll rest. Not because I'm going to miss you, right? Okay, so Lagos, the Evening Rush, the show is where we get to look at, stories that are resonating, that are making around, that is in the front burner, that has been in the front burner within the past 72 hours. And we will start just immediately. All right, so Lagos, shall we get started? More like let's get this party started, right? Okay, so Lagos, let's hit it. So I have quite a number of conversations on the front burner, and these are typical stories that we cannot do without. So please, let's try as much as possible to, chiming on all of them one at a time, right? Or each of them one at a time. So, Central Bank Governor Emefiele reportedly granted study leave by Buhari to flee Nigeria before Tinubu's inauguration. And this is an exclusive by Sahara reporters. They say Central Bank Governor has been granted study leave to leave Nigeria before the inauguration so that Wahala will not come near him. All right, Lagos, we'll look at details of that conversation. Of course, you heard it in the news this evening. I must be president of Nigeria, Peter Obi said. How did he say that? When did he say it? On what condition did he say he'll be president of Nigeria? We'll dissect the conversation and we will look at that in the course of this. And hey, you will be, the one who will tell us what you think about it. Meanwhile, Labour Party factional chairman Lamidi Apapa gives lawyers representing Peter Obi at tribunal 48 hours to report to him. Did you hear that very well? So Labour Party factional chairman Lamidi Apapa gives lawyers representing Peter Obi at the tribunal 48 hours to report to him. My worry people will say, Igwe. All right, then court acts to halt Tinubu's inauguration, extend Buhari's tenure. Which court? How? When? Where? Hey, you will get to find out. We're going to take detailed look at that conversation. Video, Obidiot calling for war, know nothing about Labour Party. Kai, how can you call people Obidiots? And this is as reflected by the Vanguard newspaper. It is not me. Video, Obidiots calling for war, know nothing about Labour Party. The publicity secretary of Labour Party, Arabambi, said this. We will also look at this conversation in the course of the show. Anyone who thinks I'm on transit is wasting his time. And this is also, reacting to Peter Obi's I'll be president of. So court fixes date to hear alleged forgery case against suspended Labour Party National Chairman Aburi. By the way, another court maintains his suspension or retains him suspended. Away from politics right now, let's move to other discussion. Over 200 repentant Boko Haram terrorists graduate from Nigerian government program. They return to communities. I kid you not. You heard right. More than 2,000, I beg your pardon. More than 2,000, they call them repentant Boko Haram terrorists, graduate from Nigeria government program, return to communities. More than 2,000 of them. Hey, all right, let's go ahead. I'm here to give you the juice in the news. Let's move on to other conversations. So there's this exclusive by Sahara reporters, how ex-chief of army staff Burutai used Nigerian army property firm to obtain Saudi Arabia citizenship. Major general in charge secretly detained for 1 year to cover up his money laundering schemes. Hey, okay, you heard that. How ex-army chief Burutai used Nigerian army property to obtain Saudi citizenship. Major general in charge secretly detained for 1 year to cover up his money laundering schemes. All right, I'll move to the next conversation. Yeah, that's about it. That's about the Lagos. Let's begin to dissect each of them one at a time after this break. You know, the stories are so interesting that I have to take a drink of water before I come back. Water. In my British brother's voice. I'll be right back. Lagos, stay with us. Rush with Precious. Featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors that discuss matters arising on Hot Topic Party.
What was the rate of inflation, and then what was the exchange rate?
Intense conversations. Critical analysis.
What is wrong with us? 200 million people, we can't even give ourselves.
We sometimes disagree.
When we say our GDP is not an oil dominated.
To agree. On Hot Topic Pali, Monday to Friday, 90.3, Voice of the People FM, Lagos. Now you have a voice. All right, Lagos, let's begin the conversations one at a time, shall we? Right? So let's begin with the story of the Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele, right? So Godwin Emefiele, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has reportedly been granted study leave by the president, Muhammadu Buhari. Yes. This opportunity for Emefiele to flee the country before Buhari leaves office on May 29, 2023. And this comes amid corruption and terrorism financing allegations against him. Where is he fleeing to? You'll find out. So, however, Sahara reporters learned that the country's secret police, DSS, the Department of State Services, which made futile attempt to arrest and detain Emefiele in the past over the damning allegations against him, is not happy about the prospect of seeing the CBN governor evade justice. So the DSS has kicked against the study leave reportedly granted to Emefiele, as it means he will flee the country before May 29 when another government comes in. A source said today, Friday. That's what he said. So Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress, who is the president-elect, will be sworn into office on May 29. All right, Lagos. All right, did you hear that? So that the Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele has been granted study leave by the president, Muhammadu Buhari, so that he can run away from his office and leave Nigeria before May 29, the handover date for a new government. I'd like to take your thoughts and reactions. Phone lines are open, baby. Blast. Dinner is served. Let's get started. And so let's take a look at this. I already did this in the news already. So, I'm sure you already heard it in the news, right? So that the Labour Party presidential candidate during February 25th presidential election, Peter Obi, had said that he must be president of Nigeria. He said, I must be. So while expressing optimism to clinch the number one seat in the country, he clarified that he was not in a hurry to achieve the dream. So for those who are rushing him and saying this one, that one, he did not say he must be today. That's not what he said. But he said, even if it's not today, even if it's not tomorrow, one day, I won't be the president of Nigeria. That's what he said. So, all right. So, so he said, anyone who thinks I am on transit is wasting his time. Let me tell you, I must be the president of this country. I am sure of that. If it is not today, it must be tomorrow. Other people who want to be should come out and tell us what they want to do. Tell us what you want to do for Nigeria and how you want to do it. Me, I've spoken my own. Let Nigerians decide who they will vote for. This is my country. I don't have dual citizenship. If anyone thinks I am going to run away from Nigeria, they are lying. Lori Raw, it is not working. Kole work. I have 3 engagements in Anambra and Lagos today. I will be speaking in Lagos tonight. We will not leave Nigeria. I am not in a hurry to become the president, but I know it must happen. That is what will be said. Did you hear what he said? Before all of you will come now and say, hey, what does he mean? Why is he saying he will be president? I hope you understand. He says he is not in a hurry, but he knows it would happen one day. He says he doesn't share any other citizenship. He only has a Nigerian passport, and he does know that one day he will become Nigeria's president. So the former governor said he was more concerned about the process that brings leaders to office and not who the leader is. That the process is very important. If you also recall, you'd remember that he did say, whilst that the reason why he will be protesting or contesting the outcome of the election is because of the outcome. He is not contesting the result of the election. That he will be, contesting against the process that led to the result. But I think he still pretty much maintains same stand, right? Obi added that he was not struggling to free Nigeria from bad leadership, but for the elites alone, but for every Nigerian. So he said, for 3 years, I was in court in Anambra to reclaim my mandate, just to challenge the process. My people tried to discourage me, but I said, even if the entire 4 years tenure elapses for us to prove a point and correct the process, I will be fulfilled. And truly, he did win the case. He said quite a lot, but of course, time will not permit us to say that. I'd like you to chime into that conversation. Lagos, what do you think? What do you make of what the presidential candidate of the Labour Party said on him being the president of Nigeria one day? Does this give you some sort of hope, some sort of, sense of, But by the way, why he is saying all of this in fact, he maintained by saying, let me even say further what he said, or, look further into what he said. He maintained by saying that my argument is that let's do what is right. I always tell everyone that I will not give people money to do the wrong thing. I have been the chairman of committee, TED Fund committee, and Professor Yakubu Mahmood was my member. We know ourselves, but when he became INEC chairman, I have never met him one day. I told him, you are an umpire. Just do what is right. So he's not willing to use leverage on his relationship opportunities he has with people to force them to do the right thing or to coax them to do the wrong thing. If you have the chance to do the right thing and you insist on perpetuating anarchy, then it will consume everybody one day. I insist that we must do the right thing. That's what Peter Obi said. He said, I was at an event yesterday in Abuja. And it was World Food Organization. And I listened to a report that stated that Nigeria will face intense hunger in years to come. It is Nigeria that will face hunger, not Peter Obi. Nigeria that will face hunger. That's what he said, though. And then he went on to reel out, the different states that will be worse hit with the hunger issue. Of course, largely northern states. All right. So dinner is served. Let's get to take your thoughts and reactions on that conversation. Meanwhile, on another development, the factional leadership of the Labour Party under its acting chairman, Lamidi Apapa, has given lawyers who were representing the party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, at the Presidential Election Tribunal 48 hours ultimatum to report to him. I give you 48 hours, report to me. Apapa mentioned this while briefing newsmen after he was reinstated as the party acting chairman in Abuja on Friday today. So he stated that he was now the only recognized leader of the Labour Party by the courts, and warned that anyone else who regarded himself as the party's chairman apart from him was violating the court ruling. Okay, he said, I am so pleased. In fact, let's go and listen to him. Why am I even going to start reading what he said? Let's just go and hear him say that by himself, for himself, with himself, unto himself, with his own mouth. Let's listen to the Labour Party's chairman, Lamidi Apapa, speak on that event. Take a listen.
Because under normal circumstances, we begin to doubt. But today, we are happy that the judge has acted promptly and reasonably. There's no doubt that I am now in charge. It has now been confirmed by the court that I have the right to be in charge until another order is taking place. As of today, I'm the chairman, acting chairman of the party, and anybody who parades himself, apart from myself, is acting legally. And I want to tell the whole world that come next Friday, the real suit will start, when the issue of a forgery, conspiracy, and so on and so forth will commence. And from there, we know if actually that offense has been committed or not. I want to use this opportunity again to tell the whole world that the tribunal that is going on, I want to invite all the lawyers that are in charge, that are representing Labour Party, that they should come for briefing. They should come and give me updates of what is happening in that tribunal within the next 48 hours. Because right now, I'm the person on the driver's seat, and I'm fully in charge. I'm giving this opportunity for them to know that this is the order.
The acting national chairman of the party was in court, Lamidi Apapa, Lamidi. And the court today pronounced very clearly that when a political party is in peace, they do not need the intervention of court. But once there is a crisis in the political party, a crack that makes it impossible, that makes the center no longer to hold, that invitation by any of the interested party for the court to intervene will be entertained by court. So contrary to their position that the court lacked jurisdiction to entertain the matter, contrary to their position that the matter is not justiciable, my Lord in its infinite wisdom today said no.
Lagos, you heard that from the factional party chairman of the Labour Party, Lamidi Apapa, and of course his lawyers speaking on the suit, the judgment that took place today in Abuja, and of course that is affirming that he, Lamidi Apapa, is a substantial chairman of the Labour Party, whilst maintaining Aburi suspended. All right, let's move quickly to another conversation. I'd like to also take your thought and reaction on this conversation. So, in a separate development, right, in another case entirely, the resident, all right, so court has been asked to halt Tinubu's inauguration and extend Buhari's tenure. So some residents of the Federal Capital Territory FCT have asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to stop the inauguration of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some residents of the federal, so the residents represented by Anyabunam Obaka Okoye, David Aondova Adzar, Jeffrey Oheboya Uche and Osang Paul, of course Chibuike Nwachukwu too, are seeking a court order restraining the Chief Justice of Nigeria and any judicial officer and or any authority or persons from swearing in any candidates in the February 25 presidential election as president or vice president. And they said this is judicially determined with finality in accordance with the provisions of section 134 subsection 2b of the Nigerian Constitution, that such candidate fulfill the requirements of the Constitution, of course ensuring that they get 25% in the FCT where they live. All right, I'd like to take your thoughts and reaction. Court asked to halt Tinubu's inauguration, extend Buhari's tenure. We'll get to know the court's verdict as we progress. Now, there is another video of the publicity secretary of the Labour Party, or do I say the factional publicity secretary of the Labour Party, calling obedience obediots and saying that it is the obediots that do not want the president-elect inaugurated, that those are not obedience, that they are obediots. He said, and this is not me saying this, apologies, I ought not to have used these words on radio, but it is as reflected on the Vanguard newspaper, and I thought to carry it as such. Let's take a listen to him say that.
PO granted an interview where he lambasted the obedient people that are attacking Pastor Adeboye. Obedient people will definitely respect the law, but obedient, they are not members of Labour Party. These are reneged, from most of these mushroom parties, people that have no bearing. Those are the people we call obedience. They are not part of us. They are just mercenaries. I hope you get me.
Yes.
These are a bunch of mercenaries. These are people that are predators, They thought our party is an avenue for them to come and enlighten their illegal coast. But the obedient are the people that are with Labour Party. They are agreed to follow the rule of law. And that's what I said, that obedient and Labour Party members should be wary of anybody that wants to cause war. How will you tell me you are in Nigeria and you want to bring us into war? Look at what is happening in Sudan. Is that the kind of thing anybody want to tell me? The blood of Nigeria is so important. Are you getting me?
Yeah,
To the interest of anybody. So those are the people I call obedient. They are not members of Labour Party. So we don't want them in Labour Party. They should stay where they are coming from. They do not make any statement using the name of Labour Party. They are not allowed because they are not a member. So that is what we are saying. The obedient are the Labour Party family. When we stand by the rule of law, when we obey the law, of Nigeria, or anybody who is calling for an interim administration, anybody who say no, don't do swearing in on May 29, we call them obedient. Because where is the antecedent? PO was a governor Do not forget, it was challenged by Adiuba. Nobody said, oh, you must not be sworn in. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo was challenged in court. Yadra was challenged in court. President Buhari was challenged in court. Was there any time anybody say, oh, do not do sworn in for them? No. So wherever they get their disease from, I don't know. But you see, for most of these idiots, they are behaving like a non-Nigerian. Those who just have interest in plunging us into war, and they are not members of our party. That one.
You heard that from the Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party speaking on some obidiots. His name is Arabambi, by the way. That obidiots calling for war know nothing about the Labour Party. And let's quickly also get the reaction of Julius Aburi after that court judgment. Let's take a listen to how he reacted to it. Just listen to this.
I want to assure all our supporters, all our members, that they should remain calm. I remain the national chairman of the party. Sure. The party is
Correct. Sure. I tell my chairman.
Labour Party is a democratic institution. Yes. And you don't use coup d'etat to take over the leadership of the party.
That's right.
You don't take over the leadership of the party from the back door. What Apapa and Co tried to do, although we understand them because they have been paid by their paid masters.
Yes.
If you look at the statement they have made today, they are talking about the tribunal. Whatever they say is about the tribunal. Whatever they say is about the tribunal. And it's no longer news that these disgruntled Labour Party members have been paid to truncate the cases in tribunal. If you look at all their interviews, it is tailored towards that. Even today, they are also talking about the tribunal. And therefore, they are only satisfying their paymasters. So we urge our party members to disregard them. You don't take over the leadership of the party from the back door. Nobody appointed them. And the constitution of the party is clear as to how you remove a national chairman, how new one should emerge, who should monitor it, and so on and so forth. So it is very clear that they are trying to satisfy their paymasters, and it's unfortunate that this group of people found themselves in Labour Party. But obviously I'm not worried, because the time has come for us to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. The party was a small party. And therefore, we accommodated all forms of charlatans in the party, all forms of dubious people in the party. These are people who didn't offer anything to the party. Apapa scored 0 in Oyo State in the presidential election. Arabambi, who is claiming to be the publicity secretary, scored 0 in Ogun State in the presidential election. They even supported other candidates in other political parties. They should go and check the record. In Edo, I scored 79% in the presidential.
That was Julius Aburi, the ousted, I like to say, or the suspended chairman of the Labour Party, speaking on today's court ruling, retaining him or maintaining his suspension from that position. It's a crazy development, Lagos. All right, we'd like to take your thoughts and reactions now. Let's get to hear how you feel about these conversations. You know what? For our step down segment today, we're really going to look at this whole Boko Haram issue, right? Because we cannot just let it slide. So we have a case where over 200 Boko Haram members, 2,000, I beg your pardon, over 2,000 Boko Haram members who are set to be suspended, repented, integrated back into the society, into their different or various communities. 2,000 Boko Haram members integrated back into their communities. Do not also forget that we also have the story of ex-army chief Burutai using Nigerian army property firm to obtain Saudi citizenship. And of course, the major general in charge secretly detained for 1 year to cover up his money laundering schemes. This is as reported by Sahara Reporters, not me. I did not say it. Sahara Reporters has that story. So, the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja jurisdiction, has declared its readiness to entertain the alleged forgery case by the 8 aggrieved members of the Labour Party, accusing the party's suspended national chairman, Julius Aburi, of forgery. So this is a different case entirely. So the High Court in Abuja has said, okay, we entertain this case that, is saying that we should look at the case of forgery by Julius Aburi, the party's chairman, right? This was mentioned on Friday by Justice Muaz Hamza while ruling on the preliminary objection by Aburi challenging his suspension. And that is the case, and that is where he maintained him suspended. Lagos, phone lines are open officially. Let's take your thoughts and reactions, shall we? 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Yes, I'm glad to announce to you that our smart numbers are back and working. So the smart line is back and working. You can call us 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. If you are watching from YouTube and you'd like to chime in on this conversation, you can call the WhatsApp line. Take down the WhatsApp number, save the number on your WhatsApp to call us. It is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. That's the WhatsApp line, 0700 903 9039. But the line to call us, on a direct call is 0700 903 903 903. Let's look at the different issues bedeviling the Labour Party right now. Of course, not forgetting the statement made by the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, that says, I must be Nigeria's president. I must be Nigeria's president. And he said that even if it's not today, maybe tomorrow, but I shall one day will be Nigeria's president. And he said that he maintains that the right thing has to be done. He said he was chairman of TED Fund, and the now INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, was a member of TED Fund, and that he knows Mahmoud Yakubu because he works with him, but he never took advantage of the opportunity or the fact that he knew him to influence him in doing what is wrong. That he believes that Nigerians in positions should ensure that they do the right thing, and that this is what he's fighting for. He said a lot. I'd like to take your thoughts and reactions, Lagos. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you, good evening, welcome. What's your name, where are you calling from?
My name is Hansel. I'm calling from Ikeja. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Did you say Hamza?
Hansel, like Hansel.
Oh, Hansel. Oh, yeah, Hansel. Hansel, you're welcome. Beautiful name. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll start from the army of ships, the Nigeria one, the one that actually used the property to obtain.
Yes, so Buruteo, yes, so using Nigerian armies,
I don't understand why someone would just go through that, touch to that extent to just obtain citizenship in another country. It's just so, like, more like a bizarre kind of phantom. And the other one is for the 2,000. That's too much. 2,000.
Over 2,000, not just 2,000. Over 2,000 of them.
It's over 2,000. Okay. Boko Haram and I went back into the community. So I'm thinking now, how are they going to fit him back into the community? Because these are people who said bad things. How are they going to actually see them? They need to accept them. It's like they are going to even put it.
Okay, so usually these Boko Haram members, I'd not dug into that story fully. So usually they go through a program called, it's under the arm of military called the Operation Safe Corridor, right? And they go through a program called de-radicalization, rehabilitation, reintegration. They call it the DRR program, de-radicalization, reintegration, and rehabilitation program. So what they do, they teach them different skills acquisition, and they try to, teach them that, they no longer should do bad things. So a lot of them, would enter from one chore to the other. Or they look at things they would be. Some of them become shoemakers, some tailors, some carpenters, just different chores. And you would also recall that they are not all Nigerians. A few of them are foreigners. Like you have about Nigerians. I think about a few of them. Some of them are Nigerians. Some of them are Cameroonians too, and Chadians.
Yeah, I know not all of them are Nigerians. Yes. But I can tell you that, we have this mental state of human beings, and we're all emotional. So no matter how I want to look at it, some people might still be afraid of them, no matter how I want to see it. I just hope that they can actually fit in back to the community, and they said to actually forgive something about it, even though they done things, and they back into the community.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask, but is it even possible for someone who's killed a lot of people, Like, do you see the way they slaughter communities, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
To be cleansed to be cleansed from the spirit of killing. I'm just asking.
Okay, to be sincere, like absolutely to be sincere, I can tell you that yes, it's possible because even God can forgive. Even we human beings, people have done so bad things to us sometimes, and will go out of their way to actually forgive these people. So for me, I think it's something that we can do, and I know it's all does happen even all over the world, and even here in Nigeria or even other countries too. Actually, forgiveness is everything.
So are you saying that other countries also forgive and reintegrate terrorists?
Okay, what about those terrorists who have done so bad things and they actually?
I don't know. Maybe you just tell me. You're educating me. So are you saying that countries reintegrate and forgive terrorists and give them amnesty and take them back into the community?
I think so. I might not have 100% that. I think so because I think we can't all keep all the bad people to just go destroy. I know some people that have things that make them to go into such acts. At the end of the day, they have a rehabilitation process and they're back to the community. That's a good one.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very
so
much.
much. I appreciate you. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening.
Thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Amechi calling from River State.
Amechi, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay. I just want to bring issue of this Labour Party fashion. Labour Apapa, whatever. I just want to advise them and educate them, because like our people say that when rain fall, it's gradually the rain, the water will disappear. Let them withdraw themselves from this attitude. Understand? Let them withdraw themselves from this attitude because what they are trying to do, maybe now they don't know the offense and the after everything. So let them withdraw themselves from all these kind of useless and nonsense that Nigerian youth they come up. History of Nigeria, that Nigerian youth mobilize themselves. That Labour Party don't have structure. Labour Party, they are in one room, Twitter, all those things. It just Nigeria is tired of this country. Every blessed day people die. So Nigerian youth, will come together and say no. Let's push P2B, because when you go to P2B, history of P2B, even when P2B was governor Anambra State, he discovered that the P2B do well. Which APC they try everything to make sure they will find any fault, but God say, I'm just seeing this, P2B coming to rule Nigeria. It's just God just bring P2B come, and anybody that God stand, no human being. Nobody, whether they call Arabambi, let them withdraw themselves because they don't know what they are doing right now. Because Nigerian youth, entire Nigerians, they are not happy for this attitude. Nigerians, they are not happy in this attitude they are trying to do. So let's tell ourselves the truth. Right, everywhere in this Nigeria is no safe in this Nigeria. When you go to North, no safe. So we need a capable. We need somebody that can take care of this country. We need somebody that can move this country from this mess. I don't know. I'm very disappointed on this Arabambi.
All right, thank you.
I'm disappointed on that man.
Thank you.
And God will judge. God will continue. God will judge all of them. God will judge all of them.
All right.
Because see, my sister, people that are dying, people hunger everywhere. Nobody is happy in this country, and useless people is coming from nowhere just to destroy Labour Party. Labour Party, a useless human being was in Ogun State.
It's okay. You don't have to use those words. You don't have to use those words. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm very sorry.
How emotional you feel. Thank you.
It's very annoying. I'm very sorry. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. I'm very sorry to say that. It's very annoying. And you guys as a journalist, you guys as social media, should help this country back. At least at least advise them. At least advise them, because where they are going is very, very wrong, totally wrong.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you, Amici. Let's let others talk. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I get your point. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, I lost that. Lots of reactions. Amici said Obi is coming on YouTube. Manuel Luciano says no matter how long it will take, Peter Obi must govern Nigeria, and he will govern for 8 years. That's what he said. Chukwuemeka Camera says the way you were talking about this Apapa is like you people are working together now. And then he says this man called Apapa is not okay. Baba. Michael Chikodi Madu says Apapa, you need to take your time. If you don't take your time, you are going to end. Never in your life you joke with us. Be warned. Fode Sako says Apapa is one of those witches and wizards endorsing the president-elect because they glory in darkness and retrograde. Come on now. Manuel Luciano says Apapa should not be discussed at all because he is not useful to Nigeria. And then Michael Chikodi says the man. Okay. Tracy Jacopin says Arabambi the you know that I will not read that. Yeah. And then he said Nigeria is a big psychiatric hospital. Wait, who is the doctor? Manuel Luciano says Apapa will be alive when Obi and Dati will become will occupy the villa in Abuja. And then Chukwemeka Camera says, just look at you. You are working together with Apapa. You are calling a chairman suspended labor. You are calling a chairman suspended Labour Party chairman. Mean you are working with Apapa. Are you guys serious? So I should not say what the court said I should say, so that I'll make you guys feel good. Are you guys really serious now? Lizier Owoni Koko says, when has Nigerian leaders started talking about following the law and the rule of law? The same people who did not see any avenue of stealing in the Labour Party are crying on the air for the rule of law. Obi and the obedience made Labour Party popular. He said there is no room for thieves in the Labour Party. And then Maintain Man says Apapa should go to shrine, start eating. Okay. You guys, you shall send me messages that you know in your heart of heart that I would not be able to read those messages, Abby. All right. So let me just take a few more. And then Manuel Luciano says the only crisis in the Labour Party starts and ends with Mr. Lamidi Apapa only. That's what you said. Let's quickly go back to the phone lines, Lagos. Peter Obi maintains that he must be president of Nigeria. If not now, someday, maybe tomorrow. And he insists on doing things right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Thank you.
This is Ibeto calling for Sulere.
Ibeto, you're welcome. Ibeto Mo, you're welcome. Go ahead, let's hear you.
I greet you, the precious queen of the people.
I greet you too. I greet you very specially. Go ahead.
Yes. I just tuned in there, then I just tried to figure out the issue. But what someone said, let me continue from that.
About, you don't know what we're talking about. Should I tell you? Is that what you want?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so a recap of the story. So Peter Obi today in an event in Anambra State on a book launch, that they tend to use to raise funds for him to pursue his court case, said that he must be president of Nigeria, if not today, tomorrow. And that he believes that someday he will be president of Nigeria, and that he believes it very strongly. And he said that he is always keen about doing the right thing. That he was the chairman of TED Fund when the now INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, was just a member of the TED Fund. So he knows him one-on-one. He's worked with him, but he never tried to use, influence him in any way. So that that he's all about people doing the right thing and not, letting people influence their decision. That's what he said. And on the other hand, we hear that the central bank governor, Emefiele, has been granted study leave by Buhari so that he will run away from Nigeria before the inauguration so that Oga Tinubu will not catch him if he becomes president. That's another news. Okay, so let me tell you the other one. Should be doing a proko for you. The Labour Party factional chairman Lamidi Apapa, he gives the lawyers representing Peter Obi 48 hours to report to him now. Or problem. As a matter of fact, court in Abuja has declared that Aburi remains suspended. Right? And then the publicity secretary of Apapa's wing is calling some people obediots. The obediots are asking that the country that they don't want to maintain the rule of law. Obediots are calling for war. That they know nothing about Labour Party. A lot is happening in Nigeria, but let me stop here for now. Oh yes, that's your reaction.
My dear sister, thank you so much. These people, this their story. I don't understand them. But one thing I know is that some things can be political statements. You understand? They are dribblers. You understand? If you listen to what they are saying, honestly, they are not. You don't hold them. Don't hold them. Whether they call themselves a Papa Road or also this and all that, their mouth is too much. So people should not just hold them on what things they say. Just leave them, let them play their politics the way they want it. Then we'll continue to be like that's who we are. To be fair. So on P2B, yes, I from the book launch. You know, we used to know a product. They say your canai, your canai, meaning that is a good product, good thinking, good product. Okay, so a good product will always sell anytime, any day. There's no speaking about a good product, and that's the kind of people in P2B is. If P2B leaves Labour Party today, more people will follow him to any other party he goes to. So whatever goes on in Labour Party will not bother people. The Labour Party has been a party that has been so kind of troublesome. If you take the antecedents, you understand? Even when he joined Labour Party, someone came up from nowhere, started claiming that he's a chairman of the Labour Party. Therefore, P2B should not try to run. There was something like that they judged it within 1 month. Before the primaries or so. So that one ended that way. Now we are having Mr. Apapa and also on and so forth. All these things are distractions. They are all distractions. But then, good products must always.
Oh, did I also tell you that the Julius Aburi reacted? He reacted. He also said that that these people are distractors, and that most of them, all of these people, both the Arabambi, the publicity secretary, and the Apapa could not even get 0 votes for Labour Party during the election. That he delivered his word. This is a summary of what he said.
As a matter of fact, like I told you, you understand, there has not been, I don't know what is wrong with Labour Party. I just don't know. They were nowhere to be found until P2B came in and turned things around. Okay, God used him. God used him actually. Let me put it that way. God used him to turn things around. Now, Labour Party has become a third force, which nobody ever expected. Because I remember one time I made a contribution on a radio station that we were looking for the third force. Because presidential election is an election of the heavyweight, political heavyweight. So you understand. But all of a sudden, Labour Party has just become something a point of discussion. Surprisingly to everybody. So the way they see it now, they fight that party to. So if that party allows itself to just be kicked out of the political terrain, then it's up to them. Let them continue fighting themselves. For me personally, that's what I have known them for. Okay. Then someone who is referring to the youth about this, people should not bother themselves. This is a country for all of us, so it's not a country for politicians alone. We all have a stake in this country. You understand? And the youth of Nigeria today are wonderful people. When I say wonderful people, honestly, because you don't joke with them, and I support them in all their positive mindset. Whatever they are trying to do to lift this country, to move this country from what we never expected that we could find ourselves. Whatever they are trying to do to move this country out of it, my soul and my body will always support them. People, but I don't support the youth who are working negatively, who don't have something to offer. But those who have what it takes to make their country, those of course now, I support them.
Thank you.
And I wish God is youth.
Thank you.
It takes the youth to move, not the elderly ones. So the elderly ones are getting tired.
All right, thank you.
So thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So Lagos is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. We're still discussing on the things we're discussing. If you want me to wrap up, I'll wrap up later. But for now, I've done all the wrap up. I can wrap up now. You guys should not turn me into a Poroko lady. So let me jump into our WhatsApp messages very quickly. This says, "Good evening. Can I call on voice notes?" No. That would make our conversation a bit clumsy, please. You can call on WhatsApp. Call the WhatsApp line, right? The judiciary are part of the problem of this country. As they say, today, tomorrow will reinterpret it as they say A today, tomorrow they will reinterpret it to B. And the Labour Party, Lamidi Apapa et al. Were already suspended when they went chasing court injunction. The national body and entire executive officers of the state have pronounced same. Why then is a court granting injunction against a party's constitution? Then one can, he said, then one can infer the court's injunction as cash and carry. Judiciary needs to do better because we all are in the national in a national mess. So professionally, rascality is unhealthy. Or professional rascality is unhealthy. That's what you said. So Misola from Misolo sent in that message. Very quickly, more messages here. Good evening, Precious. Pretty Precious. So you are doing a great job and really looking beautiful this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God will continue to bless you for your good work, dear. This is John from Isheri, Oshun. And then he said, the election tribunal court should do what is right. That is what we Nigerians are asking for. Because they seem to be our last hope. And I want to get something right, Precious. Did you say the court has postponed the inauguration of the new president-elect and allow for Buhari's tenure to continue till the court? No. So a group of people who live in Abuja, who are Abuja residents, wrote to the court asking the court to postpone the inauguration and let Buhari continue till, the court justifies or, takes a stand on the 25% of Abuja thingy. You understand? Okay, Peter Obi is a man of faith. That's something I love about him. He believes he is going to become a president someday, one day, because he believes on doing things right. I pray that God will favor him because he is a man for the job. That's what you said. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening. This is Naidozie calling from London.
Naidozie from London. You're welcome.
All right. I'm just following your program on YouTube.
Thank you.
Concerning the comment of Mr. Peter Gregory Obi.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think what he said is right, because that is what the youth of Nigeria want. We really want somebody that will change Nigeria from consumption to production. Then coming to Boko Haram, integrating them into society.
Yes, so over 2,000 of them.
That's true. Yeah, that's worrisome.
They say they are repented, remember, they are repented. The ones that have repented, not the ones that are still committing the thing.
Yeah, but who measured the repent? Nobody measured whether they repented or whether
so they went through one program by the Nigerian Army called Operation Safe Corridor Program, where they de-radicalize them, they reintegrate them, and they rehabilitate them. They de-radicalize them, rehabilitate them, and reintegrate them. That's the program they went through.
So what happens to the people that they have killed all these years?
Okay, they're still in IDP camps. Most of them are still homeless.
And then the people that died, what will happen to them?
They have died. Families have lost loved ones.
So then they will now be integrated to the society.
And that's the program by the Nigerian government.
Fresh life.
Yes.
And then they will now start enjoying fresh life.
Yes.
And then what Nigerian government are trying to do is to encourage the youth to do all sorts of things. And at the climax of everything, everybody will believe that they will be integrated after going through all those processes. They will be integrated into the society. Now, if I happens to be a youth, or my son is growing up and discover and find out that terrorists are integrated into the society, he can be one of them in future. And then he will believe that after everything, after killing people, after terrorizing the properties of Nigeria, destroying everything, that he will be set free, integrated into society, and then he will now have a normal life to live. So why are they arresting criminals then?
Okay,
that's the question. Why are they arresting?
Are you done? Because you're asking questions that I can't answer. I've answered the ones I think I have answers to. So can we move on? Can I pick other calls?
There is lots of questions that needs to be asked, because I believe that the reason why those people are doing those terrorists of a thing is because they have been encouraged. People that move them into terrorism encourage them that nothing will happen to them, that after everything, they will just integrate them, settle them, give them good life, and then those people that they have killed, all the economy that they have destroyed, Most of the people outside the country are even scared of coming back to Nigeria because of all these things. So they shouldn't integrate terrorists into the society. They should rather arrest them, take them to court, and then let the court judge them. And they shouldn't start saying that, because it's laughing stock. They are making Nigeria to be a laughing place. If you are hearing all these things outside the country, you will just be looking at your country. What is happening? You know, I feel like if they are bringing them into the society, the life of the citizens are not safe.
All right.
So they shouldn't think about doing that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Hello, are you there? Good evening. Yes, good evening. All right. Maybe you're not ready to talk to me. So let me quickly read some more WhatsApp messages because I have loads of them. Egege from Agege says, imagine how some Nigerians reason, telling us that the reason that past electoral defaults were not settled before swearing in president-elect. So if, as at yesterday, a doctor out of ignorance or whatever failed to administer the right medicine to a patient, and today the doctor discovered an effective medicine to cure the sickness, he shouldn't administer it, Okoya, because such has not been administered yesterday or have never been administered before. Okoya, it is you that gave the instance. I'm reading the message. Imagine how irrational many of us are. May God help Nigeria in Jesus' name. Agege from Agege said. All right, thank you so much. And I move to Emperor. Emperor says, Lamidi Apapa and his co-saboteur should be ashamed of themselves. Imagine, in a country where the masses are the ones suffering hardship, but the government are the ones receiving hardship allowance. So the president, Muhammad Buhari, the vice, Yemi Osinbajo, the 36 states governors and their deputies are receiving, they've received a total of 165 million naira within the past 8 years for hardship allowance. Things hard. Well. Thank you for reminding me that. So in 8 years as president, he said that. So PMB has received over 14 years. He received about 14.48 million naira thereabout as his hardship allowance in 8 years. He said PMB has received about 14 million, not billion, million naira, and not a kobo for the masses. Same scenario with VP, governors and their deputy governors. Gosh, even the military government wasn't this awful. There was a country. That's what you said. It is you that said it. Is not me. All right. Then this says Mr. Lamidi Apapa is only following the footsteps of the late Othon Zeribe that helped in the annulment of the late MKO Abiola mandate. So those with ethnicity bias that are trying to read meaning to the crisis happening in Labour Party are naive and ignorant. Every political party always have a mole in other parties. And if Lamidi Apapa is one, this isn't new. All political parties have experienced the crisis in Labour. Labour will not disrupt the swearing in of the president-elect. They will get over it. Adegboyega Adedeji sent in that message. And then this, my brother says, if Apapa like it or not, Obi will be next president of Nigeria. That's what you said. And then this is what I was expecting from Apapa, because he can't disappoint who invoked him as LP president or chairman. Apapa should go and rule the ones who thinks that they want him. That's what you said. All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's continue with the conversations that we have. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party said he must be president of Nigeria. If not today, someday. But he will be president of Nigeria. Lagos, what do you make of that conversation? And of course, we did tell you so many other things that are happening in Nigeria. Yeah, Lamidi Apapa, the then factional chairman of the Labour Party, said that Peter Obi and every lawyer representing the Labour Party in court must see him or report themselves to him within 48 hours. Or, and let me also let you know that Julius Aburi have been declared, suspended or maintained suspended by the court. These are the conversations that we're having this evening. Hello, good evening to you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, please. What's your name, sir?
My name is Francis, and I'm calling from France.
Oh, Francis from France. Interesting. You're welcome, Francis.
Yes, please.
Go ahead, Francis. I can hear you.
Okay. Am I on?
You are live on air right now. Go ahead. Nigeria can hear you.
Okay. Now, I just want to ask one question, kind of like it's concerning this Lamidi Apapa. My question is, because, I watched most of their campaign tour around the country, but I never saw this man. I'm, talking about the most key players that we know of, I never saw this man. I don't know if anybody saw him amongst the Labour Party members. I mean, they should let us know, because I never saw him. This is just what I want to find out. And now he's coming out to, to begin to carry out this, I will call it an evil act. I don't know where this is coming from. I just want to know if peradventure anybody saw him in any of the videos or whatever. Should just let us know so that we can begin from there.
Videos of what? The campaign, Abi?
The campaign, yes, the campaign,
Okay,
rallies.
so people who saw him will respond. Lagos, did you see Lamidi Apapa in any way during the campaigns? If you saw him, please kindly respond. The caller will be listening, and I'm sure that he would love to get your reaction.
Thank you. That's just my question.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Interesting, isn't it? All right, moving on to more conversations here. This is what I came. So this says, I laugh when Peter Obi supporters. I laugh when Peter Obi supporters. You came into a party from nowhere, and yet you are accusing the acting chairman, who has been part of the party leadership when Obi was still with the PDP. The suspended chairman is still insisting that he is the chairman, even after the court ruling. There are these are the same people going about to court stop from swearing in the president-elect. That's what you said, right? Okay, so moving on to more conversations. Away. All right. Evening pressures. There is no problem in Labour Party. It's the APC that are sending principalities and powers called Lamidi Apapa that took Remember, APC has been using all their crafty and dubious ways to win the election. That's what you said. And then you say from the vote buying and Agbero intimidation and INEC conspiracy. Now, when they are not satisfied, they are now using Apapa Oshodi to create rumbles when there is where there is none. I believe the court will overturn that daylight robbery by APC as shot as the shot. Okay, all right, thank you, I appreciate you. And this is from Dio from Fagba. I appreciate you. Good evening, precious. I heard they will also pay APC supporters hardship allowance. Now this kind of nonsense, they make me wish we all have access to guns in this country. Felix from NNPC. Felix, let me go and take off because of you. How can you be saying this kind of thing? Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, I lost that call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Precious.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, I'm Lamidi from Ikorodu.
Lamidi Ekabo. Is it Ekale? Oh, wow. There's Eka something in it anyway. I do well. I do.
So, I've been listening to this this morning since the news up to now, and I kudos for everything. And let me go first to the issue of the Labour Party. See, you see, it's so unfortunate when people begin to blame other parties for their misfortune. Whatever is happening in Labour Party now is not a new thing. It has happened in PDP before. It has happened in APC, whereby Oshomale has to go. So it's Labour Party strong. So why must not come on position for your issue? You see, when a party is getting popularity, these are the things that tends to happen.
Oh wow!
See, in Nigeria, every politicians are greedy. They are egocentric. They are self-centered. When they see there's a light at the end of this tunnel, everybody cannot begin to want to cash in. You need to do everything to upset whoever the leader is in that party. So you say, it's so saddening when I see Labour Party people saying APC, blah 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 blah. No, it happens. We all know the issue of politics in this country. This has happened in the days of the PDP. This thing has also happened in the APC as well. So they should be bold up to it. I don't like it. It's not healthy when you begin to bring the opposition. This is how they want to hold the country. See, people have to be factual. People who are putting, the last time I called, I said, we have to take emotions away from our judgment. What is factual about things? I think the last time I think 2 days ago, your person there, that man was, I'm not an Obi fan, but you say, when I say people who have been factual, after the elections are gone, we are not be factual with ourselves. There are realities. See, many things, there are realities. So, let's let them own to it and settle whatever issues they have. So, Apapa or whatever I call, maybe God or whatever they call in his name. The reason is that he has always been there. He's always been the party, the deputy chairman today. Obi will say he doesn't know him. So, we can say, he's of our puzzle. Let's forget about that. So, let them talk about something behind 20,000 families, and that's wrong. We came up with this, so this saying is going to be the president of Nigeria. I wish him well. Maybe, because I want to, I'm unfortunate, I want to see how this election will be obtained. I've never seen that like things. I hope it don't happen. Yes. The probability is maybe 10%, but I won't want to say much because the obedience against it. So that's just it.
Thank you so much. Okay.
And also the issue of the return Boko Haram. See, this man, our president called Buhari, that man, I don't want to say anything. That man has disappointed many of us. I'm very sure. Deep down inside the president-elect, the man has disappointed us. How do you bring repentant terrorists? People who have killed people. Imagine, how would the families of those who have been killed?
Sad.
How would they feel? You are telling me you are bringing repentant terrorists back into the system? Oh my God. This is the height of it. I don't understand. And if I'm called himself a retired army general, I don't know whether I'm giving him that nonsense idea. See, I understand. When there's prisoners of war, when there's a war, when people hold up, don't kill them. But you take them away from the community for the rest of their lives. You don't integrate them back in the community. They know what they do. They know where they need to work. They will be enticed and they will go back. I don't understand. I don't just say this, but just go. Let just go. And let the first line come in. And I believe that things are going to change. Because this is the height of it. This is completely nothing.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Welcome.
Ebo calling.
What's your name?
Ebo.
Can you help me speak up? I can barely hear you.
EBO.
Edo, go ahead. But you help me speak up a bit, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You see, APC is one of the wonders in the world, the night wonders of the world. There's nothing that cannot come from them. That party is comprised of the most evil human beings in this country.
Why do you say so?
Evil human beings in this country. I repeat, that's not apology. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, people will not want me. All right, Lagos One lines are still open. So let me visit my YouTube guys a little bit. Tony Chikudi says, good evening, my beautiful precious. Just joining in. What is the topic? You want me to really I'll do that. I'm coming. I'll do justice. And then you said, you look simple, okay, in your zebra. Thank you very much. Manuel Licano says, who is Apapa before now? And please, Madam Precious, with all due respect, we must stop talking about Apapa and start talking about reclaiming our bandits. Anthony Chukudi says, it's okay. I've heard the new topic. It's a great one. Thank you. I appreciate you. Michael Chukudi says, we all know that Apapa is nobody in Nigeria. He's old and full of over... okay. Thank you. Faith Wonder Adventure says, Apapa is working for APC. We have been before. He has been before. Where has he been before now? He just wants to distract the Labour Party from the ongoing court case. And Paul Okeke says, good evening, Pretty Precious. Apapa is just fighting for his pocket, but P2B is coming. They will be ashamed. Fode Sako says, Peter Obi is naive. He reclaimed his Anambra mandate, but Nigeria is just a state. He said Anambra is just a state, but Nigeria is an entire entity that's been hijacked long ago by those that want to Islamize or Fulanize the country. Hey, you guys, the way you twist and turn these things there. Michael says, okay. Michael said no. Tracy Jacobin says, this caller is a confused person. And he said, the guy talks as if he has hot akara. Why now? Why are you guys like this? Oh, let me enter WhatsApp, Joe. Maybe they're nicer there. Adegboyega said, I laugh whenever supporters or followers of Peter Obi lay claims to the youth in Nigeria as if they have monopoly of the youth. They are saying APC, PDP, and other parties don't have youth supporting or following them. Is that what they mean? This idea of LUP party always claiming the Nigerian youth is delusional. LUP. You people should stop claiming Nigerian youth. Well, Adegboyega did just sent in that message, not me. I'm just an interpreter. Good evening, precious. Please tell P2B that what the poor, helpless, defenseless, but hopeful Nigerians are behind him, or that are behind him. We support him. We voted for him, and we shall continue to stand by him because we know and believe in him. For through you will retrieve and recover back our country from the evils and the wicked people. Light must conquer darkness. Light must conquer darkness, and good overturn evil. He said, "The Lord God help us in this country." And then he said, then for Buhari to forgive over 2,000 Boko Harams, he should go and apologize to all the families, communities that he killed, even the armed robbers and cocaine pushers that were killed by Nigerian government. He should apologize to them. Babeji sent in this message from Oshodi. Let me go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
How are you doing? My name is Alhaji Abdullahi, calling you from Oregon.
Alhaji Abdullahi, can you put your mouth close to your phone, please?
Yes.
You're sounding very distant from your phone, and it would make for a poor quality, poor audio quality. So get closer to your phone so I can hear you better. If you're using a hands-free, please remove it.
Are you hearing me now?
Well, it's still faint. Make it very brief. Let's hear you. Very, very brief, because we can barely hear you.
On the issue of Labour Party, if they like, let them go and bring Okocha or Agege. What is the point in that?
We can barely hear you. Try to call us back. The line is quite faint, please. Thank you. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Hello, good evening, VOP.
Thank you so much. My name is Precious. This is Voice of the People FM, and the show is Evening Rush. Welcome. Go ahead.
I want to remain anonymous. I'm calling from Okota.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Pertaining to this issue of Labour Party.
Okay.
It seems that this faction of a political party is just like a party calculation with political parties, because it happened to PDP, APC. So now I confirm that Labour Party is now a very big party, because if they don't have faction, which means they are still, because like all these small parties, there's nothing like that. So pertaining to the issue of Boko Haram being integrated into the society, what are the criteria for the radicalization of the Boko Haram? Because for me, I know that a killer is always a killer. After when the circumstance arises, you know a killer. Okay, and we can't even try in the first place to maybe give them understand, just for testing and see, if they are really repentant.
And to see if it will not do them long throats to go and shoot people, Abi.
Hello?
They should have given them arms to see if that long throat will not be there to go and shoot people, Abi.
Just
who they used to do the trial? If they put you in front for you to be there for the example, will you tender yourself?
No, because I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to say 2,000, what their criteria, that they have repented freely. Who tested them? I don't know. Just take care of you, Jerry.
Thank you.
You enjoy what you are doing there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Hello, good evening to you. Yes, good evening. No, now. Go good now. It's not good now. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Auntie Precious.
Yes, my brother. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Darlington.
Not my Mr.
Pretty
Darlington.
Precious.
This is not my Mr. Darlington. I know my Mr. Darlington's voice. You're not the one.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We enjoyed you and Darlington yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you? How is your evening?
Well, I'm on it. I'm on the evening.
Yeah, you are good at getting news.
Thank you.
I think you are top notch on that.
Are you serious? So you like Aproko like this? Just say it. I know what is in your mind. You want to say you like Aproko. You want to say you're good at Aproko news.
You cannot preempt my mind. I said if you are the Labour Party claiming chairman.
Do you know if I'm a mind reader? All right, go ahead. Let's hear you.
So I think if I want to talk, Obi has to be positive. And I love that. It's not enforcing anything on anybody. It's just being positive. And I think with his positivity, he's going to achieve anything he stands to achieve. Then on the Labour Party issue, I think the members of Labour Party should think deeply, because there is people that have been sent to go and destabilize that party, and it's quite unfortunate. The state chairman should meet, and they should take decisions quickly before next week, Wednesday, so that they will not have issue at the court premises. Then on the other issue, I think Nigeria is setting a very bad record for releasing over 2,000 people called Boko Haram. They are not just they are members. You kept them together, 2,000. And you have people of different, like the Igbos you've killed, you binded them to be IPOB. You have not set up anything to say, okay, these are the ones that have been brought into how do you put it? You know, you just Boko Haram, 2,000 plus. These are people that their hands are filled with blood. How do you think they are going to be in the public? These people, most of them will find themselves in Lagos State. Nobody knows them. So I think Nigeria, we are already praying. We are sitting at a time on top of a time bomb. God bless you. Nice.
Thank you. God bless you too. I appreciate you. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome. Go ahead. No, now don't do this. Now help me turn off the volume of your volume, please. Do you like this whole back?
Oh, it's under radio.
I know. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Thank you. Welcome. Are you guys doing a meeting for me this evening? Please, when you call me, try and turn off totally the volume of your radio set. It's very important that we keep it turned down or turned off so that we can hear ourselves, please. And then, of course, in case you want a recap of the conversations that we'll be having this evening, remember that I did tell you, first on the lineup of conversation, we hear that the central bank governor, Emefiele, has been granted study leave by Buhari, our president, to flee Nigeria, to run away from Nigeria. That's what he said, it's not me, before the new president will be sworn in on May 29th. And then our president, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party says, I must be president of Nigeria. He said, if not now, someday. It may be tomorrow, but I must be president of Nigeria. He talked about how he has a penchant for doing the right thing, right? Or for doing the right thing, for doing things that are right, and how he insists that the right thing has to be done in Nigeria, right? And then we're also looking at the fracas within the Labour Party, as the Labour Party factional chairman Lamidi Apapa gives lawyers representing Labour Peter Obi at the tribunal 48 hours to report themselves to him. And I did, play a video where he even spoke about that. And then there is also this video about the publicity secretary of the Labour Party, Arabambi, saying that Obidiots are calling for war and they know nothing about Labour Party. That's what he said. It's not me that said that, right? And I also did tell you how courts fixes date to hear alleged forgery case against suspended Labour Party National Chairman Aburi, and then how over 2,000 Boko Haram, repented Boko Haram members are integrated into the society. These are the conversations that we're having. I played you sound bites from the different parties involved. I may have to make out time to play those sound bites again, but let me just go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello, are you there? All right, I lost that. So you know what? Let's quickly go to that conversation. Let's play you the sound bite of the presidential. Okay. So yeah. So this is the publicity secretary of the Labour Party speaking on whom the people he calls obedient and their stance about not swearing in the president-elect. Take a listen to it.
PO granted an interview where he lambasted the obedient people that are attacking Pastor Adeboye. Obedient people will definitely respect the law. But obedient, they are not members of Labour Party. These are reneged, from most of these mushroom parties, people that have no bearing. Those are the people we call obedient. They are not part of us. They are just mercenaries. I hope you get me.
Yes.
These are a bunch of mercenaries. These are people that are predators, They thought our party is an avenue for them to come and enlighten their illegal coast. But the obedient are the people that are with Labour Party. They has agreed to follow the rule of law. And that's what I said, that obedient and Labour Party members should be wary of anybody that wants to cause war. How will you tell me you are in Nigeria and you want to bring us into war? Look at what is happening in Sudan. Is that the kind of thing anybody want to tell me? The blood of Nigeria is so important. Are you getting me?
Yeah,
To the interest of anybody. So those are the people I call obedient. They are not members of Labour Party. So we don't want them in Labour Party. They should stay where they are coming from. They do not make any statement using the name of Labour Party. They are not allowed because they are not a member. So that is what we are saying. The obedient are the Labour Party family. Who will stand by the rule of law? Who will obey the law, of Nigeria?
All right, so you heard that. That is the publicity secretary, by the way, of the Labour Party, Arabambi, speaking on people he called or referred to as obedient, and the fact that they do not have a say as to what happens in the Labour Party and how they shouldn't be speaking on an interim government, because that would mean that they will be throwing the country into war. And let's also take the reaction of the factional chairman of the Labour Party, Lamidi Apapa, speaking on the court's ruling today.
Place today, because under normal circumstances that justice has taken place today, because under normal circumstances we begin to doubt, but today we are happy that the judge has acted promptly and reasonably. There's no doubt that I am now in charge. It has now been confirmed by the court that I have the right to be in charge until another order is taking place. As of today, I'm the acting chairman of the party, and anybody who parades himself, apart from myself, is acting legally. And I want to tell the whole world that come next Friday, the real suit will start, when the issue of forgery, conspiracy, and so on and so forth will commence. And from there, we know if actually that offense has been committed or not. I want to use this opportunity again to tell the whole world that the tribunal that's going on, I want to invite all the lawyers that are in charge, that are representing Labour Party, that they should come for briefing. They should come and give me updates of what is happening in that tribunal within the next 48 hours. Because
all right, so you heard that from the factional chairman of the Labour Party, Lamidi Apapa, saying that everybody who's a lawyer representing Obi should come and give him updates within the next 48 hours. However, we have Julius Aburi, the party chairman that has been suspended by court so far, reacting on that suspension. So you would recall that this whole drama, right? The Lamidi team took Aburi's team to court. They suspended them. The Aburi's team took the other people to court. They nullified that suspension and made them the substantial executive. And this other team now has gone back to take them to court, and the court maintained the suspension and has also taken them to court to talk about how they forged documents, and the court has decided that they have the jurisdiction to sit on that matter and look at it. Let's listen to Julius Aburi speak on that matter.
party is
correct.
I want to assure all our supporters, all our members, that they should remain calm. I remain the national chairman of the party. The party is
Correct. I tell my chairman.
Labour Party is a democratic institution. Yes. And you don't use coup d'etat to take over the leadership of the party.
That's right.
You don't take over the leadership of the party from the back door. What Apapa and Co try to do, although we understand them because they have been paid by their paid masters.
Yes.
If you look at the statement they have made today, they are talking about the tribunal. Whatever they say is about the tribunal. Whatever they say is about the tribunal. And it's no longer news that these disgruntled Labour Party members have been paid to truncate the cases in tribunal. If you look at all their interviews, it is tailored towards that. Even today, it is also they are also talking about the tribunal. And therefore, they are only satisfying their paymasters. So we urge our party members to disregard them. You don't take over the leadership of the party from the back door. Nobody appointed them. And the constitution of the party is clear as to how you remove a national chairman, how new one should emerge, who should monitor it, and so on and so forth. So it is very clear that they are trying to satisfy their paymasters, and it's unfortunate that this group of people found themselves in Labour Party. But obviously I'm not worried, because the time has come for us to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. The party was a small party, and therefore we accommodated all forms of charlatans in the party, all forms of dubious people in the party. These are people who didn't offer anything to the party. Apapa scored 0 in Oyo State in the presidential election. Arabambi, who is claiming to be the publicity secretary, scored 0 in Ogun State in the presidential election. They even supported other candidates in other political parties. They should go and check the record. In Edo, I scored 79% in the presidential.
That is Julius Aburi, the Labour Party chairman, saying that he scored 79% in Edo for the party, Labour Party, and for P2B, whereas Lamidi Apapa and Arabambi scored 0 in their various states for Labour Party. So who is a better chairman of the party? That is exactly what he is saying. And also he did also state that they are just that the Lamidi team is just satisfying their paymasters by ensuring that they always talk about the tribunal. That anytime you listen to them talk, they are always mentioning the tribunal. Why the tribunal all the time? What do they want with the tribunal? Lagos, phone lines are open. Let's keep taking your thoughts and reactions. By the way, I also did tell you that in the news, there's been an exclusive report by the Sahara reporters how ex-army chief Burute used Nigerian army property to obtain Saudi citizenship. So, Nigerian army is secretly detaining Major General U.M. Mohammed. He's a close ally of the former chief of army staff, Lieutenant General Tuko Burutai, for exposing how this man laundered funds for the for Burutai. Okay, so according to Sahara reporters, they gathered that Major General Mohammed, until his arrest and secret detention for the last 1 year, was in charge of the Nigerian Army Property Limited, NAPL. So according to sources, Mohammed is being punished on behalf of Burutai, with whom he was involved in illegalities and shoddy dealings, as instructed by the former, which is Burutai, when he was chief of army staff. As the officer in charge of Nigerian Army Properties Limited, Mohammed controlled army properties across the country. So while being court-martialed, Mohammed had been arrested and held in secret detention since January 2022. He confessed that Burutai asked him to pay $730,000. I'll calculate in Naira later and tell you how much in Naira here. So he asked that Burutai asked him to pay $730,000 to obtain Saudi Arabia citizenship for him, Burutai, in order to evade justice for the atrocities committed by the army while he, Burutai, was in office. Meanwhile, The court martial has been going on secretly since September 2022, and nobody has heard about this case. Nobody has, had a wind of the information or had wind of the information. Well, we're here to give you the juicy part of the news. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Smart lines are back up and running. 0700 903 903 903. The WhatsApp line, if you are watching from the diaspora and you'd like to chime in on the conversation, is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. Going back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Precious. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Remy from Makoka.
Remy, you're welcome. Go ahead.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Go ahead.
I want to ask, just like Aburi said, how does party elect their chairman? Is it just the court that declare who will be the chairman of a party? For that to be genuine, okay. Apapa is portraying himself as the chairman of the party. Was he elected duly by the party? If the answer is no, how come court, the series of court they went to, either declare him as the substantial party chairman, which is superior, the rule of the court or the party's constitution? I think any court of law should follow what the party says about their party, not the discretion of the court. If I am right, I don't know if I'm right.
Just go ahead.
You need to help us. You said?
Just go ahead. Perhaps we'll bring a lawyer to just help us, Chairman. I know a few things, but I would not want to talk about it so it doesn't look like I'm taking a stand. So I'd rather a lawyer talks about it. Go ahead.
I think we need a lawyer to help us with that, because
I will ensure that
this back and forth of this Apapa, and I'm not okay with it. And the way probably get this attention from media is kind of a bit odd to me. It's not known to the law. And I think this is an internal issue. There are ways internal issues that have been addressed by even the court of law. It was not elected by the party duly. So how come the court kept pronouncing him as the interim, what is it called, the interim chairman, when he was not elected by the party? The faction he belonged to, did they have any candidate? Did the faction he belonged to, were they the one in charge of any of the primaries across the nation? The answer is no. So how come Papa kept pronouncing himself as the party chairman when he was not elected? You can see so he saw the hand of Jacob. We can tell where this is coming from.
All right, thank you very much.
Which is not strange, though.
Okay.
As regards Burutai, these are the legacies the Buhari government will be leaving behind. These people messed up this system. There is no institution they never messed up with. Is it the judiciary? Is it the forces? Which just mention one institution which never messed up with. They've messed up with all the institutions so far.
Hello? Hello, are you there? All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maryland.
Ahmed, your voice is low, but just go ahead and talk. Try and just speak up a bit, eh?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Well, just try. Let's go ahead. Let's see.
Okay, I want to contribute to that of Apapa.
Go ahead.
If you can hire fake Catholic bishops during the campaign, so hire Apapa is not a big deal for them. To hire Apapa is not a big deal. I can assure you that Apapa is hired.
Okay.
Because during the campaign, they hired the Catholic bishops. Apapa is being hired. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you.
Precious.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome. What's your name, Sam? Where are you calling from?
Okay, Kingsley from Kitchen.
Kingsley, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Pretty precious. One thing I keep telling you is that the problem of this country is ethnicity and tribalism. That is why you keep seeing all these things going on. And why do I say that? One, for the Boko Haram of 2,000 people to be released into the society, but I'm not surprised. It's just that same thing. But if I say, no, don't go to that place, I won't go to that place. Then coming to the labor thing, people think, Labour Party, how long ago was Labour Party formed? Labour Party has been in this country for I don't know how many years.
Oh, it's not a new party. I hope you know that.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a new party, but somebody came in and made it popular. And immediately the person made it popular, shenanigans came in and started taking it up, this, that, that. Where was Labour Party all this while? Why didn't all this Apapa and Oshodi, whatever, come up all this while and say they are this thing? So it is, and for somebody to say the election has been over, the obedience, look, Labour Party is not obedient. Obedient is not Labour Party. It's just a name that was, it could have been a movement. It could have been a movement, and it is a movement. Which if Obi lead that party tomorrow, will Labour Party still remain obedient? So you see, because they saw the light, somebody is trying to destroy the light. That is what we are. That is the problem we are having around here. And until people separate, their selfish interests, will still start having this same kind of thing. Why would somebody like Apapa come in and say, okay, all the lawyers should come? You know that a party is going for a cause. You are now distracting them. And for Borotaya, this is not the first time he will even have this kind of issue. There was a time when he was even the coerce, and an allegation was that he had property here and there, and before you know it was covered. It was covered and forgotten. Now it has come up. So the problem of this country, like I tell you, is tribalism, ethnicity. If we remove it, we'll move forward. And again, finally, before I drop, I want to say people that will say the election has come and gone, business should do this, blah, blah, blah. All the elections, presidential election, didn't they go to court? Why is this one different now? Why is this one different? Why would this one come now? Forget it. That's why we are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right, I have loads of messages. So as someone is accusing me on YouTube, he said, Chukwuemeka Camera says, he says, we were hearing the man talking about Labour Party, but because he is talking about Apapa, you ended the call the way you did, and talking about Apapa is like you're working together with Apapa. Ike Oshunde says, Nigeria NG is for Obi and Dati, and all states is for Labour Party. That's what you said. And let me visit my WhatsApp. Goodness me, I have loads and loads of WhatsApp messages. Let's see if we can start doing justice to them one at a time. All right, this message says, this says, good evening, precious. Please educate us in Apapa next in line, and who elected him interim chairman. Augustine from Ilasama just sent in that message. I won't be able to do that myself. I understand the story. I know how this started, but I would rather get a guest to talk about it. I do hope you understand that, right? Apapa was sent by APC to come and stop Peter Obi's mandate. Where he during the Labour Party campaign, and then he said Boko Haram integrates into the society is a dangerous one because the northern politicians had used them to achieve their aims. A man from Onireke sent in that message. And then Nigeria Vice President-elect caught visiting bandits as usual because you work for him. This person shared the video. All right, I will not be able to play that. And then he says, good evening, precious. Though we have not seen your face, well done for the good job that you're doing. Absolute bar corrupts, absolutely. Something should wake Apapa that we are not in military regime, that he is giving order. I'm also happy that he is dealing with lawyers who know the law and they would put heads together to battle him. As for Arabambi, he is another wolf in sheep clothing. The only LP chairman I know is Julius. The only Apapa I know is Apapa bus stop. I'm happy you cleared the air about I would be the president by Peter Obi the Free Readers Association, FRA, would have only read the caption and start spreading fake news. Trust me, I'll put, I'll pieces the talk. Thank you. He said the lawyers filing a case that Buhari to stay more. I beg, is that not an interim government in disguise? Enlightenment needed, please. Shedrack sent in that message. All right, it's not like the court has even heard that yet. Good evening, Sister Precious. The way you are calling this Apapa make me want to relocate. He said it makes you want to relocate from Apapa. Temple from Apapa. Temple, calm down. It's not your own Apapa we're talking about, right? How do you read? Okay. How do you re-radicalize? How do you re-radicalize and reintegrate a criminal into the society when they have committed unthinkable crimes? That's a question you're asking, and I don't have an answer to that. It's like people aren't getting this picture well. Imagine people come to your house, kill family members, rape and kidnap some of them, and later you see them, same people, living lavish while your living condition and current life situation, it has moved from 70% to 0. What a country where tribalism, favoritism, crime is tolerated. The government is encouraging terrorism. As for the court acting chairman of LP, which name is not worth mentioning, is a mole who is desperate to destroy the structure built by Peter Obi. He would face disgrace soon. Can you see how? Thank you, chairman of the party. All right, let me go back to my phone lines, Jejeli. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, are you there? All right, I lost you. Yeah, but I think I should just take a few more messages because I have so many of them. And then this says, good evening, Precious. Obi movement is accusing Tinubu for sponsoring Apapa, but they forgot that Obi sponsored Chris Oba against Dr. Chris Ngige. Yeah, the evil that man do lives after them. Mr. Benjamin from Apapa sent in that message. Oh yeah, all right. Is that what you say? This says what? This is to inform you that our dating class. What is that? This is not my message. All right. Even here in Germany, where I am working, right? You say all my German colleagues are in support of Peter Obi. Obi is coming. Oh wow, really? But they don't have right to vote in Nigeria now. It doesn't make Auntie Pre, just come close to have small interview with an Hausa man. You will not in any way allow these Boko Haram people in the society for any reason. I remember when the military said that those that are terrorizing this country is from other countries, but some of our politicians tell us that it is fake news. Now imagine Nigeria trying to support those terrorists into our country. This country, that's the way you wrote it, though. It's not me. We are gone not for good, but for negative. Once upon a time, there was a country indeed. That is what you said. And then, good evening, Pretty Precious. Apapa never followed Labour Party to campaign. Besides, Apapa is not chairman of the party, right? When the election is conducted, we have no power to withdraw the Peter Obi's petition in court. Peter Obi put himself first and put himself first and Labour Party second in his petition. So Apapa just they play, make it just they play, because he don't know the people he's dealing with. These people are more intelligent than him. They learn them. You see, they are more learned than him. Apapa, Abiu Shodi. Chin also from so really sending that message. Well, let me go back to my phone line. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, are you there? Evening. Yes, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Okay, my name is Nena.
Hello. You're welcome, Madam Nena. Welcome.
God bless you. Please, don't be offended.
No, I'm not. I can't.
Now, yes, no, I know what I'm saying.
I can hear you.
Now that Buhari, our president, wants to tell him, is this a message now, to London, to run away. So where is the money? Where is the new money? So if he runs away, where is the new money? Now president wants to take $80-something billion to give me 5,000 naira.
$800 million. $800 million.
Oh, I didn't want to make mistake.
Okay.
800 and something million.
$800 million. And that money is plenty in Naira.
And he is going in 12 days' time. So what an insult So why is he borrowing money again? When he has about some 70-something billion or trillion to pay, is he coming to pay it for us? And he's not around in the country again. He went to King Charles' coronation. He came back. He spent my money again.
After the coronation, he needed to see his dentist, and the dentist asked him to stay back.
And my teeth is telling me. My teeth is telling me. I'm really impressed here. I don't have money to go to dentist, but somebody is taking the loan or my tax to London, the US, anywhere, and the Milocom president-elect from INEC has jetted out again. But what type of thing is this? And you have people are bringing in 2000, what do they call them? Boko Haram, that killed my people, that killed Khan head, that dealt with us. Oh, this is very bad. Now, a lot of this is happening in this country. Now, you said the age of retirement is 60-something years of age. There's somebody that they born 40 years ago. We wait for somebody who has been in politics for 18 years to continue amassing money, continue piling money for the children. Then our youth will be suffering. And you told our youth, unless you are 25 before they will take you for job. By the time the youth gets to 40, the man in politics or something, or office, will be 60-something years. And my children and your children and our brothers who came out from university will continue waiting until the man is 60-something years to retire. By doing so, he will continue amassing money for the children. That means his salary will even sustain the children that are unborn in his family. While my own children, your sisters, will continue to that is a really impressive. This country is not good again. No.
Sorry, ma'am.
Can God come and destroy this very Nigeria? Nigeria is no more good again. See what they are doing to us. You said retire who have been using money to give somebody at Saudi. Can you imagine? They are stealing. If it is Igbo now, or who, they will say Igbo. When you enter motor, Yoruba will say Igbo. And when you call him Mama Yoruba, they will start fighting. But what is all this now? Well, what have we done to you people? Let them leave us alone now. You see all these things that is happening. It's not good though. They are just killing the economy of this country. No work, no light. As I am talking to you now, no light. Very soon, this very phone will go down.
Sorry, ma'am.
No light, no environment to sell, nothing. Besides, we carry our granules, go outside, nobody is buying. People are carrying a place to go and beg for food. When they see you, they think you have, when you don't have. Precious, my sister.
Yes, ma'am.
This morning, Nagari, although thank God. Now, if you see the food I ate, pepper and the water and crayfish, it's what I ate. As if I am in fact, okay, we are talking of ourselves. What of the people, the elderly people in the village, we don't even see money again to give them to eat? Well, who will come? Precious. I wish this country, Nigeria, God will come and that is set fire on it. Let everybody go, including everybody, all of them. Okay, look at somebody like us, Ozokalu. They will drink beer, wine of 500 million, and the weekend, then you and I have not even seen pure water in the nylon to drink. This, please, bye-bye. In short, bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Madam Anina. I'm so sorry. I understand how you feel. I totally understand. Please, calm down and just bear with us. Nigeria go better small. One day. Sorry about that. All right, Lagos. Now, this is the part where I almost get emotional on my job, but it's unfortunate. All right, so let me take a few messages, right? Good evening, Mrs. Precious. The Bible says the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it because it will surely come. It must surely come to pass. Habakkuk 2:3. And then he says the vision of Mr. Peter Obi becoming president of Nigeria must surely come to pass. We shall not continue building Nigeria in corrupt way. And then you said enough is enough of this nonsense. Peter Obi is God is with Peter Obi. He will be president of this nation one day. God bless you and more grace. And then you said Mr. Buhari forgave the leader of Boko Haram and all their members who claim to have repented. Yet he kept Mr. Nnamdi Kanu in custody all this while. Unjustifiable, unjustified. God shall vindicate Mr. Nnamdi Kanu one day in Jesus' name. Amen. I said your name is Regina Chile Ekwerechi from Uganda. That's where you sent in that message from. All right. A few more messages here. De-radicalization. While the hunger and extreme poverty that made people vulnerable for Boko Haram recruitment are still waxing stronger, Nigeria is a huge horror comedy. That's what you said. I did not say this by myself. You said that. All right. And then this message says, it's a pity that some youths in this country are supporting evil, but my happiness is that all of us will bear the brunt, right? We all know Apapa is playing a script, so he will fail. Don't know where he surfaced from. Precious, the country is divided already with ethnicity. Buhari has the mind to forgive Boko Haram, but he can't release Nnamdi Kanu. God will judge. Obi must reclaim his mandate. Senator from Isolo sent in that message. And then you said, good evening, VOP. When Peter Obi talks about the structure of criminality, this was what he meant. How can a president allow you, Emefiele, to travel? On the issue of Boko Haram, what do you think other countries will see us like when we instruct the army not to kill terrorists, but order them to kill innocent protesters on Lekki Bridge or toll gate? Destiny from Mushi sent in that message. Whoa. And then, wow, this is good evening, Precious. Why are some people believing that all the youth... Okay, I think I've taken this message. Say, Precious, why would Aburi, that was suspended by courts of law, still call himself chairman of the party? The same man that have case of forgery. Well, he said a lot about that. I think I took a message before. Hi, Precious. This is Jerry Rowe from Ikpaja. Quickly on this few points. One, Obi said he did not know Apapa. He does not know Apapa. And I did not see him during campaign. Two, since Apapa and his family have started their own business in Labour Party, dividing it, the obedient did deep to see where Arabambi is having dinner with Tinubu and passes the information on Twitter. This is what is painful to him, and see his reaction. Okay, he said obedient dog and got that information, and that's why he's angry. So let's quickly take a look at this whole Boko Haram thing. You know, I said we're going to look into it. So let's look into it. So about 2,167, over 2,167 rehabilitated Boko Haram members have graduated from the Nigerian government's Operation Safe Corridor, OPSC, de-radicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration program. They call it the DRR program, right? You recall that this is like a program that is, embarked upon by the Operation Safe Corridor. So these are the graduates. It's not like these are the only repented ones. There are lots of them that are repented. These are just the ones that have graduated. And these are the ones that they are ready to integrate back into the society. So that means there may be some more that would be, going through the program, as it were, right? So let me take that story. As I said, this was stated by Mr. Audu Ayuba. He's the Assistant Director of Planning, Research and Strategy, National Orientation Agency, NOAA, on Friday today at a capacity building workshop for staff members of the agency. Now, the workshop was on preventing the country violent extremism. On the countering violent extremism and disengagement, disassociation, and reintegration and reconciliation in Abuja. So Ayuba, who presented a paper titled Overview of Operation Safe Corridor, stated that there were 2,140 Nigerians and 27 foreigners from Cameroon and Chad and Niger among the 2,167 trainees, people who went through the training. So since the inception of the Operation Safe Corridor program, 2,167 clients have graduated, comprising 2,140 Nigerians, 27 foreigners. So, and these foreigners are from Cameroon, Chad, and Niger Republic. No, those countries. You can just split them. He said they were successfully handed over to their national and state authorities for reintegration. Now, the program was accepted by the state government, community leaders, and people of the Northeast. They say even people for the Northeast agree for the thing. So stop having a dig. They say everybody, people that were involved, all of them accepted the thing. So he said there is an increased support from development partners and NGOs, both national and international partners, such as international organizations, and supporting this matter, basically. So so far, 2,167 of them have been reintegrated into the society. All right. Lagos phone lines are still open. Let's continue to take your thoughts and reactions on all of the conversations that we have on the front burner this evening. 0700 903 903 903. From WhatsApp, if you're in the diaspora, is 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Pressure.
Yes, please. Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank God for your life. Thank God for the work you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Concerning this man called Apapa, you see, majority of Nigerians are taking other citizens for granted. During the time of electioneering campaign, we never set our eye on this man called Apapa. The one that calls himself a Labour Party spokesman, we never saw any of them and the rest. So how come that after election, they are resurfaced and then start claiming that they were Labour Party officials? I said this from the onset that these men were hired to work against Labour Party by perhaps the ruling party. And you can see how the whole thing is gradually playing out right now. And so what I want to say categorically is that we do not recognize him as a Labour Party chairman, and all the people that is working with him, they are hired laborers. We knew who hired them, and we knew what they hired to do. They will fail. All of them will reap what they have sown. Okay? Now, concerning the issue of terrorism, it is heartbreaking that every day in this nation, people are being killed. And the big thing will be happening. Our president will jump into the aeroplane and fly out. That shows that he has no regard for the citizenry. I can't imagine a citizen of America being killed in any nation of the world, and America will not respond. Find out what happened to that person, what killed that person, and then even trace who killed that person. I can't imagine America doing this. That shows how they regard their citizens. Our government, particularly this government of APC, they don't regard the citizens. Only God will help us. Thank God that their administration is has almost come to an end. God will surely deliver us from their hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, I take a few reactions from YouTube because I can't let my YouTube people go like that. So, yes. Okay. Kene Ezeike says, Precious, my condolences. Thank you. I appreciate you. And you said, my comfort to the caller, Nigeria will be great again. Will be well again. I do agree with you. We will be great again. Ngozi Onwude, I weep for Nigeria. I guess this is in reaction to Madam Nena's call. Honestly, it got me emotional too. Hello, good evening to you. Yes, good evening.
EP, how are you?
I am fine, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine too. I heard that you are going to 2 weeks holiday or maybe off.
Okay.
So, who represents you? You know, I like to hear your voice every day.
Okay, so Esther,
I never see your face. I don't know whether you are dark or fake or pleasant.
Go to YouTube and see the face now. Why are you not going to YouTube? Go to YouTube. I said go to YouTube and see the face.
I didn't hear you clear. What did you say?
I said go to YouTube. You will see the face.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So yes, I'll be out for 2 weeks, and Esther will be here to take charge. I have to go for my father's funeral.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I just love your voice and everything. But I want to say something concerning
Go ahead.
the conversation.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? What's happening in this country? I can see for many years past, and nobody have been. We've been hearing there is a fraud, there is a mago on that election, presidential election. But this year now have exposed everything open, make everything to be open. That what is going on now concerning this Boko Haram of a thing. During Buhari mentioned and promised Nigeria that he's going to finish everything concerning Boko Haram. Then, like small, small. Now, what is happening now told me that this country, bribe and corruption have killed this country. Down to rural area. I'm telling you, if you see where if they wanted to stop you, because of you don't want to lose that job, you will close mouth on certain things. Even when it's right, when it is true, you say, it happens everywhere. Even where you're working now. There are some people who say now, because of your job, you just close eyes. And tomorrow it begins to affect everybody. Look at just what that mama said. That mama said.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
Honestly speaking, it's crazy. I can totally relate myself, so I understand.
I'm telling you, this what is happening in this country. But they are not paying us salary. They are not even care for our fare. Go out to work, go out to work. How much are they paying salary in today? Madam, get it now. What are the judiciary doing there? What are our tribunal doing there? Well, the only thing is that what I know is that, however, they wanted this country to grow from 9th to 29th of this month. However, they want it to be. I and my wife and children will survive, and my people who related to me. That's the only thing that I promised myself. Because this life now, I survive by the grace of God, not by government. But they are there for our people.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. That whosoever will reach this message to them, may it talk to them. They should show this in according to you. They are complaining that the person who wants third, how can he become first? They know what they did. INEC chairman have finished his job and go and hide. They listen what will happen to the 9th of May. The Buhari himself also named them. Now, you are telling me that during presidential election, all the House of Representatives, federal and the senatorial, they are not shut down for their beavers or whatever. The transition is going on. Then it can't become only president. Questions, just tell me. Tell me, where are we going in this country? Where are we going? It go better. I hear it from you now. Say it go better. When will it better?
Because it go better one day.
Truth and the left the truth.
One day.
Thank
you. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Thank you. So, I could totally relate with Madam Nina and what she's going through. As an individual, as a person, I don't think there's any week I don't get to send urgent 10K, 5K, 20K to one family or the other, or to a friend or the other. This is not me trying to, broadcast the services I render, but it could just tell you how much people are suffering or what people are going through. There are people who can't even provide basic meals for themselves. We do not even know. So today, really, on my television program, when I was looking at, the hardship allowance that our president and his vice, including the governors and the deputies, are earning, and I asked myself, we're paying the president over 1.7 million naira in hardship allowance for the year, right? And I want to understand, what hardship can the president and his vice and the governors and the deputies be going through that will be worse than the hardship that Nigerians, the common Nigerian, is going through? I was just wondering, So if they earn, I know that 1.7 million per annum, it's just a little cash. You understand? That is 1.7 million in a year. So for the 8 years, he's earned about 14 million naira. So that's just a change compared to other their entire emolument or entire allowances that they receive. But then again, I'm just wondering, so if you relate this 1.7 million for the president for hardship allowance to the 5,000 naira you want to give to people from the $800 million you want to borrow, you said that the 5,000 naira is supposed to help them for a better nutrition and help alleviate their suffering in education, in healthcare, and help their overall human capital development. And I'm just wondering, is it that there is a communication gap between the leaders of Nigeria and the led? Because there's no way else to explain this. I don't understand. So even if you give the Nigerian, the common man, 5,000 naira every month, remember that they want to just do this for 6 months, or give for 6 months for 10 million Nigerians, or for 60 million Nigerians just 1 month. 5,000 naira. What can that money do? So even if they give them every month for 1 year, how much is that? 60,000 naira. What is 60,000? The relationship between 60,000 and 1.7 million naira. Then be mates. For a man whose salary and other allowances are how much? I don't even understand how we do things in this country. Honestly speaking, if you know the level at which people are suffering, maybe we should just even talk about that hardship allowance as our step down news even, because it's very, very annoying. Honestly speaking, well, Lagos phone lines are open. So the news is that for our step down conversation, not that we're on it, let's just have it, that the president, the president Muhammadu Buhari, the vice president Osinbajo, the 36 state governors and their deputies would be going home with a total of 165 million. They have so far collected 165 million naira as hardship allowance within the past 8 years. So every year they pay them a certain amount as hardship allowance, and none of the allowances is less than 1 million in a year. So the president's own is about 1.6 million. I think the vice president's own is about 1.4 million per year, and the governor's own is about 1.2. So just like that, but no one is less than 1 million in a year. This is what they collect. So for the past 8 years, they've all taken about 165 million naira. What does the poor man get for the inflation? The poor man that was buying a bag of rice for 7,500 before the administration came in, how much is the person getting for hardship allowance for buying that same item at 35,000 naira or more now? How much are they getting for hardship allowance? The poor man that was buying gari, a bucket of gari for 350 naira, and now buys it for 1,200 naira, how much is he getting for hardship allowance? What is the poor man getting for all the troubles that they've gone through? The 133 million Nigerians, over approximately even 140 million Nigerians that are currently in multidimensional poverty. How can the 5,000 naira that you want to give to 10 million Nigerians alone, what can it do for the 133 million Nigerians going through multidimensional poverty? But you're taking hardship allowance. Well, phone lines are open, Jerry. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening. Precious.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, it's Gabriel calling from Ikorodu.
Gabriel, you're welcome. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I think this shouldn't surprise anybody in this country, because we know these politicians, we know their mindset, we know their behavior. That is why they want to kill as many as possible just to get to that office. Now imagine you are the one telling us now how many people you support every week or every month. But look at those who are amassing wealth for themselves. They never for one day think of anybody in the state where they govern. Now, in fact, it beats my imagination. There is no good parent that will cook. After cooking, you serve yourself, maybe the wife she will serve herself, and then serve her husband, and then the children will sit and will be looking at what type of parents is that. So this is the kind of leaders we have. Now, once they are satisfied, once they have served themselves and they are okay, nothing more. You see, so what Nigerians are going through doesn't touch them. In fact, they don't even care. See, if not P2B, it has been long. I decided that I will no longer talk about politics or show interest in anything for political in this country. It was because of Mr. P2B that I picked up my this thing where I left it, because I knew that he's a different kind. I knew that he's coming to change it, and everybody's information, if he gets there by the grace of God and become like these politicians we have in this country today, me, I will turn against him. But I know, because he has done it before and he will do it again. Let us just continue to pray that God will hear the voice of the masses. God is the only God of the masses in this country. And for these politicians, they are there for themselves and for their family. They don't care about us. They don't care.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I think I've heard Madam Nina call us before. She said something about her kids being graduate but not having a job. I'll try to reach out to her. I would extract her number and reach out to her. Should you have a job for her children, I'll try to find out the category, what her kids studied. Perhaps we would, try to give her children a job. I'm sure that if her kids are doing well, they'll take care of her. So if you have a job that can be suitable for her kids, please kindly let me know. I'll reach out to Madam Nina. You can reach me out on Twitter at precious_ENYI or Instagram at precious_official. Just DM me if you would like for us to reach out to Madam Nina. If you have a job for her children, any kind of job that you think they can do, so that at least they can take care of her. If you want to reach out to her in any way, you can reach out to me on Instagram and Twitter. Let's see how we can help. But I'll try to call her after this show and get to find out from her the kind of courses her kids studied. If possible, I will even record the conversations that I'll play it back on you on Monday when I come to work with Mr. Darling. I'm sorry, but situations like this just gets me very worried and emotional. All right, Lagos, from our studio, it's just 17. Yeah. It's actually 17 minutes pursuing 9 p.m. Let's take a few more calls. Hello, good evening to you. No, now, you don't do this. Now, when you call, turn off the volume from your radio so that we can hear you. Hello?
I have switched off already.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes. My name is Pastor Dr. Harrison from Badagry Agri.
You're welcome, Pastor Doctor.
Yeah. I want to thank you for the program.
Thank you.
That you anchor on weekly basis.
Thank you.
That the program enlightening people to see the decadence of Nigeria, how the political class has made Nigeria and frustrated everybody. Like what I had, which is ongoing, the 800 million that Buhari has went in to collect, hoping to give to the citizens, the poorest of the poorest. And it was categorized to be 10 million. Are you comparing 10 million out of 250 million? What will that one say?
It's not the whole 2 million of us. It's not the whole 2 million of us that are poor. The poorest of the poorest are not 2 million.
How does he know the poorest of the poorest?
Because everyone is poor now, Abi. Because
everyone
is poor now.
Everyone is suffering. Is it because people are not lamenting to the way he wants? Because sometimes a president or a head of the state sometimes say that nobody go to the dustbin and eat. So they wanted that people will be eating from dustbin. 5,000 times, that one cook you a pot of soup. 5,000.
I just went shopping. I just went shopping now to buy ordinary plantain. I felt robbed. I bought two heads of how do I call it? 2 bunch of how do I call it? Plantain of 2,000 naira each. I felt like virtue left me and I felt cheated.
How many
because the plantain is so. What's here? I said I bought 2,000 naira one in 2 different places, and it's not even looking like with 4. Oh goodness, it was just. And in my head, I'm like, did somebody just rob me of my money? 4,000 naira plantain is not getting anywhere.
So that is the state of things. Let things be. But one thing we know, God is above, and He will do justice to Nigeria. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you too for jumping on the conversation. All right, so I take this message. Let me take a few messages. And this says, good evening, Precious. I'm not really surprised that Mr. Lamidi Apapa or Lamidi says or does, because someone go against his party. You said a lot, Sha, and then that some party that has no influence in Nigeria until Mr. P2B came, Okute came and made the party a national party. As for me, I'm focused and wait for the court to do what they have to do. Not one man that is obviously giving himself a bad name. Chris sent that from that's a message from Chris. All right. So this is Felix from NNPC Ejigbo. You said, I heard they will also pay APC supporters hardship. Okay, that you said that before. You said only INEC meeting of LP chairman in each state of the federation can appoint an acting national chairman according to the Labour Party laws. So most of these people who claim to be ancestors in Labour Party don't even know their laws. Now, some clowns in APC are suddenly supporting Lamidi Apapa because they know he is trying to do the bidding of their paymasters. They claim, he said a lot, I appreciate you, right? Okay, so I'll move to this. It says, Michael from Bagada says, good evening, Precious. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Why is Nigeria like this? How did we get to this point? Honestly, it will not be well with the government that brought us this far. Wow, the last caller was boiling. Yeah, I see you. And then Yinka from Ifako Ijaye said, good evening, Sister Precious. The Holy Book says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? And what is going on in the Labour Party now is even open to the blind, that they are agents of disarray that even Energize is sponsored against the party. But my fear now is that this controversy rocking the party would it not affect petition of the party and the petitioners? At this stage, Obi should even be more careful on those wolves in sheep clothing who appear to be Labour Party members. That's what you said. All right. Daya from Kwaba says, good evening. The next state will be worse, considering that what Lawan allowed Buhari to have his ways, putting us in this nightmare. Now, they want to select presidents to choose, they want the elected president to choose between Akpabio or Ozokanu, who has baggages. Well, I think you sent this message other times before, right? So you said that Nigeria, that if we allow this, Nigeria will be hot water. They will not be check and balancing or checkmating and balancing. They can never stop or impacting the elected president. Well, you said a lot, and I totally agree with you, because I have a problem with this lobbying to be principal officers of the Senate. In my head, the essence of democracy is because there is clear division of power. The executive is supposed to be an arm of government of its own. The legislative is supposed to be a different arm of government, and the judiciary is also supposed to be a different arm of government. So when you have a situation where the judiciary is lobbying the executive for principal offices, how do you intend, or how do we intend to ensure that they stop or question the judiciary in some of the actions that they take? It's not possible. Well, that's a matter for another day. Let's just move on. All right, so this is Precious. The allowances earned by these executives are not taxed, but every civil servant on FG and most state payroll are taxed based on gross pay, i.e. entire salary. These rulers are callous, and we citizens need to do better and not defend them any longer. Only the politicians and their cohorts are enjoying this this country. Every other citizen are suffering and hanging on God's hope and grace. He said many are sustained by diaspora remittances. The Misola sent this from Misola. Oh my goodness. It's such a pity. And then this says, let me ask you a question, Precious. How do you relate your grievances to these people? Or are we just wasting our time and resources? Now, let me tell you the truth. All these grievances that you're pouring, they can hear it. Everybody in power can hear this. You know how you know? Just say one bad thing. That's why I keep stopping you guys from saying things that are bad. Once you just say any bad thing that are allowed to go on air, something very bad about government, by the time NBC lambasts the station, you will know that they hear you. So they actually do hear. Every single media house is monitored. Trust me and believe me when I say that, right? That's it. All right, so he said, I don't know what we have done to deserve the evil being perpetrated on us by these people. You said you are going for a break. Hope you are not running away for 2 weeks before inauguration. Senator from Isola. Senator, I lost my dad, right? And his funeral is within that period, so I have to go bury him. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna miss you, Precious. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And then this is good evening, crew. Like Julius Aburi said, the Apapa Oshodi are like staff that will not soon be put in fire. Judas that is being bought with 30 pieces of silver to betray obediently, they will all be put to shame. He said that before the overturn of this daylight robbery. And then this says, Chai, we go miss you, Precious. Esther, when you know the let person finish talk. Why they talk like this now? He said, okay, say you like her news con. Okay, you like her. Thank you. Don't say those. I beg, where is promise? When she go resume by June? Yes, promise and I will resume together by June, right? Okay. Sister Precious, so Sister Precious, he's saying to should be each time he's saying to is that what you're telling me? He says should be each time we say Nigeria is done for, you say we shouldn't utter Nigeria has been wired to fail. Chikena, no solution until we practice federalism. Alex from Egypt. So you're yabbing me now, Nigeria has been destroyed. Take it or leave it. No, I don't believe that. Nigerian politicians are ruling this country with great indiscipline and massive impunity. So they do get away from everything they do, especially when they are in authority and power. We need people like Jerry Rawlings of Ghana to sanitize out of this old cabal who has been stealing from the wealth of this country, all the wealth of this country to themselves, other than that Nigerian will continue to, well, he said that. Thank you, I appreciate you. All right. And you said it's disheartening and unimaginable, mind-blowing that the rulers are going to US. So long as they continue like this, we aren't going nowhere. He said the best way to share this country is share what? Share what? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much. You know what? Let me take a few calls, just one or two, and then we'll wrap up for the day. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Thank you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, we are really going to miss you. But
I've not gone yet, though. It's next week, Thursday. After Thursday, I will not come back for 2 weeks. So I'm still here with you for next week. Don't worry. I'm very much present.
Take heart for the death of your father.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead and make your contribution.
Everything you need in that for the area, God will make provision for it.
Amen. Thank you.
I pray for the success of all the people that will come from all parts of Nigeria. They will come, they will return to their bases in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I've already made my contribution. I just want to commiserate with you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so immensely. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please, welcome.
Madam Precious.
Yes, so it is a me.
Oh, thank you very much. Let me first of all say I'm very sorry for the demise of your dad.
It's okay, thank you.
It could be terribly painful, but we thank God the man has come out gone and the
still like a
God
dream.
leads. That's good. I'm very sorry for that.
Thank you.
My own contribution will be a little bit different from others.
All right, go ahead.
Simply because of my experience as an elderly person. But maybe it can happen after me. But as I am talking to you now, there is no positive result in anything that has to do with Nigeria.
God, don't say like that.
Nigeria, excuse me. Nigeria, from whatever angle you look at it, what Nigeria is a fraud. Take it or you leave it. As things are now, there is nothing for us to enjoy. No new government can change anything. This Buhari is going less than 20 days now, and is asking for loan of $865 billion. $billion again.
800 million.
Not to build the binary, not to correct our electricity, not to do anything positive, just to see that he collected it. And the man is doing everything and get away with it. How do we cope with all this? And you are telling me that things will get better. It is it is a good dream to have a good dream of one's country. But the way things are going, only God. But the reality remains that God cannot come from heaven and do all these things for us. See you?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so now that I want to go, you guys will not let me go now. All right, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I know that your time has been exhausted.
Yes, so make you fast.
Trying your line and keep precious. Golden precious. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, to make it so impromptu and short, my name is Prince. I'm calling from Lagos.
Go ahead, Prince.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for hearing for all these sort of allowances where people are dying in hunger, ordinary to increase salaries for the workers. Some of them pensioners have not been paid. Money borrowed from the foreign institutions have not been paid. And I thought that there was a time that the government said that they are going to slice down their portfolio, yet nothing has been done. Now, considering to the prisoners, the terrorists, they're supposed to have been built a particular place whereby after this kill, they're supposed to have been inside the correctional centers, putting up some of the things that will make the economy of this nation to go on by the skill that we have taught them, and not to release them to the populace, because if, for instance, I am one of them that they killed his father or his mother, and I saw one of them on the road walking where my people is being dead, I will make sure that I bring that person down to face the consequences. So it is not good to let them be in the midst of the people, in the midst of the populace. That is what I want to contribute to. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, Lagos. And that's the sum up of the show this evening. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. See, even those of you that give me buzzbuzz, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love every one of you. You've made this show like such a huge show. I like how a lot of you get ready just to watch the show. My diaspora guys, you keep your you don't joke with your alerts. You know, you put what do they call that thing again? Well, old age will not let me remember. So you make sure that once it is time for the show, you watch, and you watch me on YouTube. And those that listen live, I appreciate you so much. We love you on Voice of the People FM, and we urge you to keep listening to us. Follow the station on all our social media handles at VOP 90.3 FM. My name is Precious Inyi. On Instagram, I am at Precious Inyi Official. On Twitter, I am at Precious_Inyi. I'll be out within this weekend. I'll try to speak with Madam Oninda, very hopefully, and I'll let you in on how the discussion went when I come on Monday. Do have yourself an amazing day, weekend. Don't forget that Mr. Darlington joins me on Monday. So hey guys, get ready for an explosive section with Mr. Darlington, right? See you on Monday, Lagos. Have an amazing weekend.